What's up, Guardians? Welcome to DNA Weekly Strike, our all Destiny show. But that could change. With me, as always, is Brian Anderson and Joey Pease. We're going to talk about what we want to do with this show because we got a very important question from writes in all the time, CodFanFF on Twitter.
I think COD fans tired to listen about Destiny. He wants something else.
I think COD fan wants you to talk about Call of Duty.
I could talk about Call
because I feel
Call
like COD fan. I don't think he's a fan of fish.
He might be.
I just want to throw that out there. But
some Alaskan cod. You know, all those restaurants are starting to have the deals on their cod recently. So maybe he.
I mean,
it's a very exciting time for him right now. If that's the case.
Obviously, it doesn't
really
say,
excited about that fish.
Obviously, he's not a mahi fan.
right, or salmon. It's a little too.
Or the generic jumbo fish, as we like to call it at work. Anyways, CodFan FF asks, are you guys open to extending the show past Destiny to allow games like The Division, Halo, Call of Duty, and other multiplayer games? I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts on those games too. Brian, before the show, we all kind of talked like we're going to have to. Because there's literally nothing to talk about in Destiny.
I'm done with Destiny 1. I don't care what they put out. I'm just done with that game. So I'm ready to talk about something else. Because I've been playing those other games.
Yeah.
So there's just nothing going on in that world. That game's done. Like, it had a good run. It's done. We'll wait for Destiny 2, and in the meantime, we can talk about these other good multiplayer games.
What are your thoughts, Joey? I know you don't really play The Division or Call of Duty or anything, but...
I might have to check out The Division. I know I haven't been, overly, hyped about that game or whatnot, but it definitely, it would be something to do, the time where I can't be, I don't have Destiny to play. So, I mainly got into Destiny for the PvE part of it, so I don't know necessarily if I would ever actually do any of the, like the more competitive multiplayer part of it, but... maybe eventually. I don't really play Call of Duty anymore. That was like before I used to play that, and I don't have an Xbox. I don't play Halo, so
yeah. See, like I'm open to opening it to games like The Division, and I know Brian, you play a lot of Call of Duty. I used to play a lot of Halo before Halo 5, but I'm open to talking about other games strictly based on like the multiplayer or like. Not necessarily like, competitive multiplayer, but like when the Division beta comes out, we're going to have a whole show probably on the Division beta. So, Joe, you have to download it so we can talk about it.
No, I will. I definitely will.
You have no choice.
Especially if I don't have to pay for something. I mean, hey, why not?
Yeah. So when that comes out, we'll have a whole. That's this coming weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe next week we can film a quick show about that. But I'm sad that we don't have anything to talk about in Destiny because that's what the show has been for so long. But The Division excites me. I watched a lot of gameplay this week about The Division. Looks good, and I like how the guns use RPG mechanics rather than just like regular shooting mechanics. Right. It's more like Mass Effect 1. Your stats affect the damage you do instead of headshots, whatever. I feel like maybe that game I could be more competitive in a game like that as opposed to like Halo or Call of Duty because I'm not the best shooter genre gamer. So
we know.
I know you know.
You do your best.
I'm letting our audience know, which I'm sure the ones that play with us
they
also know.
You guys know.
So, but that's something we're gonna have to discuss. Like, what games are we gonna allow into this show? I mean, it's probably got to be a very specific set of games and rules and stuff like that. But I mean, yeah, I'm ready to expand this show, but I don't want it just to turn into another show that's similar to our podcast either. So.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, a lot of the stuff we're going to talk about, like with The Division and stuff, we could talk about in other podcasts. So I don't know what we're going to do yet. We need to get our hands on The Division. see what that's all about, see if it is similar to Destiny, which I've heard some people say that it looks like that, like it does, and then I've heard a lot of people say that you need to stop comparing it because
Yeah.
it is going to be very different.
Yeah.
So once we get our hands on that,
Yeah.
we'll kind of know.
I'm excited. I think the division looks great, and I hope it's as great as it looks. But that's going to be this episode of Weekly Strike. Remember, you can find a new episode every Tuesday right here on digitalnerdadvocates.com or our YouTube page. Please like, subscribe, and share. Let us know what you think about us expanding the show to other genres, other games, stuff like that. What games do you want us to talk about in this, I guess, expanded multiplayer type show? And until next week, we're out.